What's up everybody? Before we get into this video, I wanted to tell you about this amazing opportunity. I'm partnered with Blofin. Blofin is also the main exchange I use. That's why I'm partnered with them. But right now, until the 2nd of June, we're running this amazing campaign where you can deposit funds to receive 15% cash back. And now please pause the video, watch the criteria as you can see right here. But in general, like this is real cash that you can use for futures trading, funding fees, transaction fees, but also more. And outside of that, Blofin, like I said, is an amazing exchange to use for trading. You can do spot on there as well, low fees, all the coins you want to trade. So use the link down in the description to sign up to get a 15% cash back until the 2nd of June. Now let's get into the video. Good morning everybody, welcome back to Cilinix Crypto. I hope you're all doing great and welcome to this new video on Dogecoin. I had to make a video. To be fair, it's been relatively quiet with Dogecoin in the last week or so, to be fair, or since the weekend. However, I have some good news, and that's what I'm going to tell you about in this video. And in general, I mean, the price action being relatively quiet, relatively boring, doesn't necessarily equate to the price action being bearish. Now, we are trading below the 7-day rolling VWAP, as you can see right here. So that's a bit of a bad sign. And on the 4-hour time frame, we've also lost the uptrend. But to be fair, I mean, we already did that the 15th of May. And it doesn't necessarily mean that the price is going to be bearish. You can see that we've held this consolidation, this balance relatively well, and that's also still going on right now. And then we got a good bounce yesterday from the bottom of the balance. We even had somewhat more of a buffer zone as support right here, which we did not even touch. So that's a good sign as well. And then we have some well on the higher time frames. By the way, we're still holding the uptrend, right? And you can see we're getting good reactions from the trend band right here. And then the daily trend band hasn't even been reached. So ultimately, am I positive? Am I bullish on Dogecoin? Yes. However, like I said, do I expect a major breakout? Like I said, the main balance right now has been between 24 cents, I'd say, to the upside. And then to the downside, this main support level around 21.5 cents. Look, that balance is great, right? And that we're holding that ultimately on the higher time frames, that's good news. But what you want to see eventually is that the price breaks out of that balance, and that will get a rallying move into that level right here at 26.5, where we have the yearly rolling VWAP, and then potentially also a little bit higher into that imbalance, for example, at 29.5 cents, which seems very far away right now. But ultimately, it is a possibility. If you take a look at all the altcoin indices, right? So if you take a look at others, for example, which is basically the total crypto market cap, excluding the top 10 cryptos, that is still in a bullish structure as well, right? So therefore, altcoins can definitely do that. However, like I said, even though we're aiming for that breakout, I don't see enough indications yet to assume we're going to get that breakout, right? If you take a look at the last breakout that Dogecoin had out of this balance right here, what we needed was volume, all right? The first time we did that right here, the 22nd of April, what we needed was volume. And at this point of time, we don't have the volume. And we also don't have the leverage, which is a good and a bad thing. You also don't want to have too much leverage in the price. But what that means is that, all right, well, when I take a look at the altcoin index, when I take a look at Bitcoin, when I take a look at the reaction for Dogecoin specifically, I would say it's most likely we are going to go up higher. Like I said, we are in a consolidation. We've got a good reaction from the bottom of the consolidation. Yeah, sure, maybe we'll have to retest that once more. But ultimately, I do think we're going up to the top of the consolidation around 24.5 cents or 24 cents, my apologies. And then we also have these two lines right here, the purple and the yellow one. Those are a single print and a naked POC, respectively, right? So those always act as a bit of a magnet too. You also still have a fair value gap up there. So that helps the price getting up there. I mean, very often imbalances like that tend to get filled, all right? So not only is it in line with the technical structure for Dogecoin, and I would argue also in line with the direction of the general altcoin markets, but we also have a reason to get up there. So that's what I expect for now. Like I said, or at least I'll make a video when we actually get to that level, talking about whether we can actually expect a breakout above that, because let's say that the volume is very high. If we actually get there, like, can we break out? Obviously, right? But at this point of time, it's not high enough to suspect that or to predict that in a video like this. But those are my thoughts. I think that's what you need to know. If you do have any questions, let me know down in the comments. But for now, thank you for watching. Take care and bye.